Okay, so we will start. Om Shuklam Brahma Vichara Paramamadyam Jagadvyapinim Veena Pustakadharinim Abhayadam Jadyandhakarapaham Haste Sphatikamalikam Vidadhatim Padmasane Samsthitam Vanditam Parameshwarim Bhagavatim Buddhipradam Sharadam. So we are in the middle of our Ishavasya-Upanishad. Share the place where we have left off. So we concluded with the statement that when the Upanishad's third mantra states the one who slays or harms or injures themselves, the Atma, they go to demonic worlds. What the Upanishad means by that is that through the error of ignorance, of not knowing the Atma is hidden. I'm just repeating what we did last time. The Atma seems to be hidden. And because it seems to be hidden, its natural effect or its natural consequence, the natural consequence of knowing it, which is to be immortal, to be free from age, to be free from disease, is also hidden. And through that, one harms oneself. And because of this error of ignorance, of injuring oneself, one keeps on going, moving in samsara. Samsaranti is the plural as a verb, moving in samsara, moving in cycles, really. So now, having spoken about the Atma in this way, that the knowledge of the Atma is what releases one from samsara, the question now arises, so what is the nature of this Atma? So this is the introductory statement, and we will begin with this. Maybe, Sri Vidya, if you wish to try. Yasya Atmanaha Yasya Atmanaha Hananad Avidvamsaha Samsaranti.
Well, you've told me the Sunday now, so Yasya Atmanaha. We had,
if you remember,
we've had the words in the last.
Yasya and Tasya. So that's a relative pronoun. The Atman of which. Wessen, dessen in German. Wessen, dessen. Yasya, tasya. Or yasya, tat. And hanana is injuring or slaying, which I just explained is not meant literally slaying, but in the sense of harming through ignorance. So Yasya Atmanaha, just go step by step, like, just the cases first. Yasya.
So of which Atmana.
So 6-1, 6-1.
All right. 6-1. Hanana, and then it's
Hananat. I didn't separate the words. When making the transliteration, I kept it as it would be in the Sanskrit, in the Devanagari. So Hananad, and then the other word is Avidvamsaha.
Yes. So Hananat Avidvamsaha.
And what case is Hananat?
That's from ablative.
Ablative. So it's 5-1. So 6-1, 6-1, 5-1. And then Avidvamsaha.
Is that one word? Avidvamsaha.
Yes, avidvamsaha is a negative a. If you add a to a word, it makes it a negative word. So vidvamsaha is the plural 1-3 of vidvan. I'm sure most of you have heard of the word vidvan, which means someone who knows, and avidvan is someone who does not know. And avidvamsaha is the plural of that, the 1.3.
Right. So the ones who don't know, and then samsaranti is the same. They are moving in samsara. Samsaranti.
So, they who. No, it's actually quite a complicated sentence to render in English.
The ones who have killed the Atma.
It's that Atma by harming which, hananat, due to harming which, being ignorant, they move in samsara, they cycle in samsara. And then the sentence continues, so it's not complete yet.
Yes.
Okay, so then tad viparyayena vidvamsaha muchyante. Maybe Ilavati, you can actually try this. Here, this sign somehow appeared in the transliteration. Actually, this is supposed to be next to the E, this little sign up there. And this marks that this is an A, like in Namaste Stu, Namaste Astu. So this should actually be Muchyante and then Anatmana. So that
there is a sign, Muchyante Anatmana.
Yeah, so here somehow this sign fell onto the A, which it shouldn't be. So here, this is still part of the larger sentence. Tad viparyayena vidvamsaha muchyante anatmanaha. Anatmahanaha, sorry.
So Tad viparyayena, das ist instrumental, das ist
Yes.
1-3.
Yes.
Vidvam
Saha.
Saha. Vidvam Saha
is the 1.3 of
1.3 again, as like
we just had,
before,
yes.
Yeah.
But now it is without the a.
And then Muchyante Ananta
Anatmahanaha.
Muchyante.
Now, muchyante, now you have to dig into the distant past and remember passives. Remember muchyate, muchyate, muchyete, muchyante. From the root much, to become free, or to become liberated.
So like, okay. It's related to mukti.
Exactly, yes.
Befreiung, okay. But I need help with passive, so I don't understand.
So muchyante just means they are liberated. Sie werden erlöst.
And then anatmanaha is
Anatma, and then hanaha. So hanaha is from han, to slay, to kill, or to injure in this context. And anatma is the opposite of atma, right? So anatmahanaha, atmahanaha, and anatmahanaha.
And this is here also 5.1.
No, this is 1.3 also. So now we are dealing with a lot of words that end in consonants. And consonant ending words, so atman, for example, is a consonant ending word, or manas, or han in this context. In the plural, if you look at your charts, they don't take a long aha, only a short aha, like in 5-1 or even 6-1.
Okay.
So Atmahanaha means those who injure the Atma. The Atma. So, and now what about tat viparyayena? So tat you know, but viparyayena?
That I don't know, but I can look in the dictionary.
Yeah, if it's there.
Vipar. This is one word. Viparyayena.
Well, you said you identified the case. So
yeah. Viparya, it means turning round.
yes. So here I'll help you. The meaning is like in German, umgekehrt. So viparyayena, by turning around. Umgekehrt, conversely, we would say in English.
Okay, conversely.
They who know.
Conversely, they who know the
muchyante anatmahanaha.
So conversely, they who know about Atma, here is Anatma, also nicht Atma. So it's confusing.
No, anatmahanaha.
Conversely, they who know about not harming the Atma.
Yes, we could say that. Yes, they who know, who are not harming the Atma. Yes.
Are not harming the Atma. They are liberated.
Exactly. Very good. Yeah. Very nice. Good. And then we have Ramesh, the last sentence. I'm not sure. Do you actually read Devanagari, Rameshji?
Yeah.
That's good. So here, tat kidrisham atmatattvam iti uchyate. Do you have any idea? Kidrisham?
That.
Kidrisham means of what kind, of what nature, what kind of Kidrisham. So it's a question word. It's a question word to ask a question. And then Atma Tattvam.
Tattva means that place, Atma, place, Atma.
The Tattvam is more like the reality.
Yeah, the reality, Atma Tattvam.
And then Iti Uchyate. Uchyate means it is now being said. It is now being explained. So it's also a passive from the root vach. Vach, like the word vach, to speak. Vak means language or to speak, speech. So uchyate, it is being said now. It is being said. Iti uchyate. So the tat kidrisham atma tattvam iti uchyate. What kind of reality of the Atma is that? This is being said now. So Yasya Atmanaha. Now, the whole sentence is quite complicated. The Atma, by harming which, not knowing or ignorant, they move in samsara, or people or beings move in samsara. Conversely, by knowing, not harming the Atma, they are liberated. What is, or what kind of reality of the Atma is that? Iti uchyate. This is now being said. Okay? Is it clear grammatically? Now comes one of the most beautiful verses in all the Upanishads. I actually feel this is one that all of you should learn by heart one day. So this is the verse in Devanagari, and I mean the mantra. We never say verse actually. Apologies, it is a mantra. So anejade kam manaso javiyo Nainat deva apnuvan purvamarshat. Tat dhavato jnanatyeti tishtat tasminnapo matarishva dadhati. So we can go word by word. Srividya, you know this. Maybe you can try anejat ekam manaso javiyo.
All right. Anejat ekam manasaha javiyaha.
Yes.
That's the Sandhi. Huh? Okay. Anejat ekam. So
Anejat, just go word by word. Anejat.
That's not moving. Yeah.
Not moving, yes.
So the unmoving. The unmoving, the one, ekam.
Unmoving, one.
One. Manasa is mind. Manas. And then Javiya must be like, is that from like Jaya?
No.
Speed, yeah.
Yes, it means
Swifter.
faster.
Yes.
Faster.
Swifter than the mind.
Swifter, faster, yes.
The unmoving.
Than the mind. So Manasaha is 5.1 here. So unmoving, one, it is faster than the mind, or just faster than the mind.
Yes, this is famous verse. Yeah.
Famous mantra, yes. Is it clear grammatically? Yeah. And now the next line, I have to help you a little bit, Ilavati, because this is Vedic Sanskrit, and Vedic Sanskrit is much more ancient, obviously, than later Sanskrit. So I have to help you a little. Here, na enat devaha apnuvan. So enat in later Sanskrit would become etat, or etam in this case, etat. So like tat and etat. So enat means this one. Na enat devaha apnuvan. Apnuvan is from the root apnoti. Apnoti means to obtain, to catch, to attain. Ergreifen, etwas ergreifen. Apnuvan is the past tense, like abhavan. You remember abhavat, abhavatam, abhavan. So now you know grammatically, na enat devaha apnuvan. How would you translate? Or just go word by word.
Na, and then nicht this one, not that one.
Not this one, or yes.
Not this one. Deva, how can I translate Deva, like God or light, or how should I translate this?
You can say the gods, or you can stick with devas, because Shankaracharya gives us a different meaning of devas afterwards.
Not this one devas. Apnuvan. Okay, we have this eben obtain, but then apnuvan, and then purva marsat. How to translate this?
So that we haven't covered yet. Just this is one small sentence in itself. Na enat devaha apnuvan. How would you translate it? Or So not this the Devas obtained. So the Devas did
Can't
not.
be, can't, the previous sentences is like that unmoving
One.
one is the faster than the mind.
The Devas did not obtain this.
The Devas did not obtain this.
So in the sense of the Devas did not catch this because it's faster than the mind. The Devas did not catch it. It's very interesting. And then Purvam Arshat, Arshati, Rishati, and then Arshati, we have here. So it means to move or to run even. And Purvam means ahead. So Purvam Arshat means it ran ahead. Es ist vorausgerannt. So it's very poetic, actually, very fascinating. It ran ahead of them. So unmoving, one, faster than the mind. The Devas did not catch this. It ran ahead. Yeah. In German, we would say unbewegend, nicht bewegen, unbeweglich oder sich nicht bewegend, eins, schneller als der Geist. Die Götter oder die Devas konnten es nicht ergreifen, es rannte zuvor oder rannte. Yeah, my German is not up to the mark. Okay, so this is quite difficult. I will help you, Rameshji. Tat dhavatāha anyan atyeti. It's quite difficult. Dhavatāha, so that refers to the Atma Tattvam, the reality of the Atma. That dhavatāha anyan, the other runners, those that are also like in a race when people are running. Anyan, the other runners, atieti, to outmove, to outrun someone, to go beyond someone, to always be ahead of someone is the meaning of atieti. So it outruns the other runners. This is what it literally means. It outruns or it outmoves the other runners. Tishtat, while standing still. So tishtati and tishtat is the present participle. While standing still or while standing, it outruns the other runners. So now, Rameshi, I've given you the meaning, but can you try to think a little bit? What is the what could this imply? What could be the significance of this? How can something outrun? Yes?
Like Devas, they try to catch it, but it outruns them and runs faster than the others who try to catch. Like it's faster than mind, something like that. So it's very fast. Nobody could catch. Even
yes.
Devas can't catch it. It outruns. It runs faster.
Correct. Tishtat, even though it does not move, even though it's standing still. Tishtat, it's faster than the others. And then the last part, so just grammatically, is it also clear to you, Srividya and Ilavati? Somehow? This is using participles. So, dhavatāha anyan, dhavatāha is 2.3 of dhavat, dhavan, the present participle. Dhavatāha, the other runners, dhavatāha. Tishtat is 1.1 of the present participle of tishtati. So stillstehend rennt es oder läuft es. I don't even know how to say outrun. Etwas means, it's actually difficult in German. Ilavati, how would you say to outrun someone? To
Also überholen kann man es auch sagen, nicht?
Yeah, it's not, because überholen has the sense that it is first behind them and then moves ahead of them. But attieti always has the sense it's always ahead. So atti,
Voraus,
yeah?
wie soll man sagen, irgendwie voraus. Es ist immer voraus, also es ist
Es
immer
ist immer voraus, ja, richtig. Es ist allen immer voraus, ja. Exactly. So atti is a fantastic prefix. Atti has the sense to always go beyond. So eti means to move, and atti means to always move beyond. So something that is always ahead of something else. Eti. And then the last sentence is quite a mysterious one, which of course Shankaracharya will explain in detail. Tasmin apo matarishva dadhati. So Srividya, I don't know if you remember this one. Tasmin. Maybe go word by word.
Is that tasmin apaha?
Tasmin apaha, yes.
Matarishva is a name, is it?
Matarishva is the name of the universal prana, the creator, the life giver.
So tasmin apaha.
I also have to help you. Just grammatically, apaha is the 2.3 of up. Up means water, or interestingly, action, karma.
So it's two meanings. So water is the, and
just a question. Apaha, when you said 2.3, which 2.3 is? Because I have this table, the Ramaha table, but where is this Apaha 2.3 come from? Is it neuter gender or what?
So up, if you have do you have all the other charts also? Because there is not only Ramaha, there are many other charts. So it is from the word up. Up is a feminine ending, is a feminine consonant ending word, up.
Okay,
like
so
it becomes apaha. It's totally irregular. So irregular means it is not a common, you can't say it is similar to Ramaha. It's quite different. Yes, so it's from up, which means water, or it can also mean action, karmas.
Okay, so I have to refer other tables as well. Okay.
Correct, yes, correct.
Okay, thanks.
So tasmin apaha, and then matarishva, and dadhati.
dadhati is runs. It runs.
No. Dhavati would be to run.
That is giving, isn't it?
Dadhati is similar to giving, but it is dha, not da. Da means to give, and dha means has like dharana. It means to hold. No, it is not related to dharana. Sorry, that's wrong. But it is like dhatu, something that holds, something that supports, something that assigns. And Matarishva here is the universal life force, but that will be explained later. That which is the life force that creates all beings. So we could say it is related to Brahma, the creator, and
in the dictionary is translated like the wind.
The wind.
Breeze. Yeah, the
yes.
wind of the breeze, so like prana.
Prana, exactly. It is that which is moving throughout space as the universal life force, but it is related to the creator here. So this is in the ancient Vedic view, there is a slightly different understanding of the creator as being inherent in the world as the life force that is bringing about activities. So there is a universal aspect of that life force, and there is an individual aspect of the life force. The individual aspect is what we know as prana within ourselves, and the universal aspect of it is known as Matarishva. And tasmin, Srividya, is what case? Tasmin is 7-1, right, of tat. And literally we would translate in that or within that.
Sorry, I had mute. Yeah, locative. In that.
So within that, Matarishva, the universal life force, or the universal prana, we could say, supports the karmas, apaha, the activities. So within that, the universal life force supports all activities.
Is that Matarishvan or Matarish with a long A?
Matarishva is the 1.1 of Matarishvan. Like Atma is the 1.1 of Atman. So it's an N ending, masculine.
Can you please give us the full translation of this mantra, because it's so confusing?
Yes. So unmoving, one, faster than the mind. The devas did not catch it. It ran ahead. Standing still, it outruns the other runners. Within it, or within that, the universal life force supports all activities.
Standing still, I'm writing that, so I cannot write standing still.
Standing still, it outruns all other runners, or the other runners. Within it, the universal life force supports all activities.
It doesn't say all, though.
Well, yes, apaha, the activities, or supports activities.
Implying all the activities.
Yes.
Who is the unmoving one?
Well, that's what we're finding out, right? It's the Atma, of course, the Atma. So the next few mantras are descriptions of the Atma. So if you remember the introductory sentence we studied today, asks the question, so if this Atma is so important that by knowing it, we are no longer in samsara, but muchyante, we are liberated, then what is its nature? Kidrisham Atma Tattva. What is the nature of this reality of the Atma? So now the next mantras, they speak about the nature of the Atma. So this is the first mantra that actually speaks about its nature directly.
Okay. So it's confusing because also it's like not catching by the devas. So how can this be?
Well, you will see that Shankaracharya gives quite a different explanation for the word deva here. He says that the word deva, and he's I used to think, I remember as a child, as a youth, I used to think, oh, Shankaracharya is just, sort of, actually it's talking about devas in the sense of gods. He's just making up his own explanation because he says it means the senses, die Sinne. I used to think that, but actually it's quite interesting. The older one gets, the more one sees how brilliant or how high level his explanations actually are. Because he's right. There are also other Upanishadic passages where the word deva has nothing to do with gods, actually. And if we think about manasaha, faster than the mind, it makes a lot of sense that the word devaha refers to senses, the mind and the senses. So in Vedic Sanskrit, because you see, this is so old, thousands and thousands of years old. In Vedic Sanskrit, words really sometimes have a different meaning than in later Sanskrit. It's really the case. So the word devaha here actually doesn't mean gods, it means senses.
It's interesting because my Jyotish Guru also told us that devas doesn't mean gods. It's false understanding. It means, he translates like light bringers, something like this. So
yes, light bringers. That's what Shankaracharya also says here. Dyotanat, exactly. Yeah. And the senses bring light to the mind because they bring information to the mind.
Okay, that's the connection. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is a description of the Atma being faster than the mind and not being caught by the senses, that the senses can never catch the Atma. We can never know the Atma through the senses. It is always ahead of the senses. But it requires the presence of the Atma for the universal life force to support activities. Without the Atma, activities would not become possible. So now we go into the word by word. So he begins with anejat, which just means na ejat, not moving. Ejri kampane, this is the root. Ejri means to move. So when Shankaracharya talks about the meaning of a root and says Ejri kampane, he's referring to Paninian grammar, where Panini created a work called the Dhatu Pata, the recitation of the roots, which elaborates more than 2,000 roots, and he gives the basic meaning of each root. And here he is referring to Panini's grammar, Ejri Kampana. Kampana means to move, to tremble, to move, to shake. Kampanam, chalanam, to move, but doesn't just mean ordinary movement. Rather, he explains it as sva avastha aprachyuti. So Srividya, you could try to understand this. Sva avastha aprachyuti.
Sva avastha, that would be...
Sorry, I said it wrongly. Not aprachyuti, prachyuti. It is sva avastha prachyuti.
Prachyuti. Okay. So sva avastha, is avastha like a state or its own state?
Yes, the state, yes.
And then prachyuti would be giving up.
Yes, losing.
Yeah.
Yes, deviating, yeah. Like in achyuta is similar. Achyuta means the one who never leaves his own state.
So that's a long A then. Savastha.
Sva avastha prachyuti. Deviating from one's own state.
Yes.
Is Shankaracharya's explanation of kampanam, chalanam here. So anejat, not moving, doesn't just mean physically not moving. It means not moving from, not deviating from its own state. That varjitam means to be free from that. From what? From moving from one's own state.
Is it the Achyuta one name of God, Achyuta, Like
Achyuta is a
Krishna.
name of Krishna, a name of Krishna. It means
Okay.
the one who has not fallen from his own state.
Okay. Thank you.
So the unmoving is not a physical not moving only. It is meant in the sense of being free from movement, from deviation from one's own state. Sarvada ekarupam. Ramesh, you could try sarvada ekarupam iti artha. Sarvada.
Sarvada means all pervading.
Always,
Ekarup,
always.
Always. Eka means the same, one. Rupa
Yes.
means form.
Yes.
So always
how
the
would
same
you-
form.
Always, always the same
Oh.
form.
In the
Always.
form, not moving. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Iti arthaha. This is the meaning. Iti
This,
arthaha.
yeah, this is the meaning of.
So Shankaracharya likes to use iti arthaha a lot. Iti bhavaha he also uses. This is the implication, or this is the underlying sense. Iti arthaha, this is the meaning. And then we said we will only do 45 minutes today. Tatcha ekam sarva bhuteshu ilavati. Tatcha here, consonant sandhi. Do you remember? Tat and cha becomes tatcha. Tatcha ekam sarva bhuteshu.
Sarva means all,
Mhm.
and Bhuteshu.
What case?
Bhuteshu. It's this locative also.
Yeah. Mhm.
Bhuteshu. This is in
Sarva bhuteshu also comes in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhuta here is not a ghost, but a being, beings. So sarva bhuteshu.
Lord of the beings. It's like Bhutesha is in the dictionary is Lord of the beings.
Oh, not bhutesha. This is bhuteshu is 7-1 of sarva bhuta, right? So bhuta is not a ghost here, but it's a being. So die Wesen, right? So sarva bhuteshu in
Yes.
allen Wesen.
Allen Wesen.
So tatcha ekam sarva bhuteshu.
As he is the one in all the beings.
Yes, it is the one in all beings. It is one in all beings. So anejat and ekam. Anejat, according to Shankaracharya, means not moving, not deviating from its own state, ever of one form or one nature. It is one in all beings. Anejat ekam, unmoving, one.
Something was permanent.
Yes.
Permanent. Okay.
Yes. Good. So is it clear a little bit how the commentaries work? Yeah. So they go word by word, and then they add a little bit to the meaning, or sometimes they add a lot to the meaning. But the mantra itself is mostly very cryptic. So Vedic mantras are very cryptic. They're like sort of very essential formulas. That's why they have to be unpacked in this way to understand them better. This is, for me, it's one of the most beautiful mantras, and one can contemplate it very deeply. That it is that which is always ahead of everything. So if we try to capture it, we have already lost it because it went ahead of us. Yeah, so we can't capture. We can only surrender. Yes, sorry?
the commentary below the sloka mantra
Yes.
is Adi Shankaracharya's commentary, is it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's what we are doing. Yes. We're studying his commentary word by word. Yes. Ilavati, you wanted to say something?
No, it's okay. And nothing for now. Maybe next time, because we are going to the mantra. We are not finished, so it's.
Yes,
I'm
we're
trying
going-
to understand this mantra, and it's quite difficult for me to get
Yes,
into the
it's very difficult. It takes a lifetime to understand, I think, or maybe several lifetimes. No, because it's talking about the nature of the Atma as being that which the mind and the senses cannot capture.
Yeah, and that's why I'm asking myself, it's talking just about Atma,
Mhm.
or it's talking about God, self. So it's like, that's how, I don't know how to understand this Atma meaning in this verse.
Yeah, so of course in the Upanishadic world, the ultimate reality of the Atma is God.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
it is only the ignorant understanding of the Atma, sort of like in layers. The ignorant upadhi are like layers. So when we have an ignorant layer upon us, we think of the Atma as being limited to a physical body only, or it's limited to only one identity. It's limited to only one being. But the supreme reality of the Atma is that it is all-pervading. It is, you see, sarva vyapi, he says here below, it is all-pervading. It is free from the sarva samsara dharma varjitam. It is free from the qualities of samsara in its ultimate nature. And in its ultimate nature, it is, we can say it is God, or we can say it is a part of God. This is where the different acharyas maybe differ a little bit in their understanding, but ultimately I think it comes down to the same, whether we say it is a part of God or whether we say it is God, it doesn't really matter, because the part and the whole are not separated.
What's the difference between the word Atma and Paramatma?
Yes, so Atma and Paramatma. Parama means the ultimate Atma, and Paramatma is used in the sense of the Atma. In this context, it is used in the sense of the Atma in its ultimate nature, in its highest nature, which is God, which is Krishna, or however you want to understand it.
Yeah.
And Atma, you see, in this context, is not necessarily the Jivatma. Jivatma is the individual Atma. That is the Atma in you or the Atma in me. The word Atma itself is like it can, when it's misunderstood through ignorance, it becomes the Jivatma, the individual Atma. But when it is truly understood, it is the Paramatma.
Okay, now it's much clearer to me to understand this verse also. Okay, thank you.
It's like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Ahamatma Gudakesha, that I am the Atma, right? He doesn't use the word Paramatma there. He says, I am the Atma, that is in all beings. So he uses exactly the same kind of language, which is why in the Gita Dhyanam, there is a beautiful verse that says, Sarvopanishado Gavo, that all the Upanishads are like cows. Bhokta Gopalanandanaha. Sorry, not Bhokta, Dogda Gopalanandanaha. The one who milks them is Gopalanandana, that is Krishna. Gopala is the one who milks them. Partho Vatsaha, Arjuna is the calf that drinks from this milk, and Sudhir Bhokta, and one who is wise or intelligent is also one who can enjoy this milk. Dukdham Gitamritam Mahat, and the milk is what? The milk is the nectar of the Gita. So if we look at this verse, it's fantastic. It's essentially saying that Krishna is distilling the essence of the Upanishads in the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah? So here we are studying the cows, so to speak, right? That which is even before the time of Krishna, the Vedic texts.
Mhm.
All right, so then let's stop here, and wishing you all a great weekend.